Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Tried Truth. My name is Mike. Today I'm going to review a fragrance I picked up from Swiss Arabian. So I was looking into getting a bottle of Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. And the average price on the 2.5 milliliter or 2.5 ounce 75 milliliter bottle was an average of $25 to $30. So I was fishing on the internet. I came across this guy here, and I was able to get that bottle, including two others, for $37.99. I'll post that link here. For $37.99, I picked that up, and I was able to get 3 bottles in this gift set by Swiss Arabian. So anyway, we'll get into this real quick. Today I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to review the Shaghaf Oud. Now, I'm going to be open and honest with you guys. I've smelled all 3, and I trashed the first video. I had it all ready to go, did my editing, and the scent completely changed on me. So I had to start all over. I just deleted the video, and anyway, like I said, this is the one I want to review today. And I'm not going to give anything away on what I think about these, because I do want to review those as well. Because believe it or not, they're worthy of an individual review, each one. Okay, so today, this is the bottle, Shaghaf Oud. I'm sure you've heard of it. If not, it's what is it, considered an amber fragrance? I believe it's considered or classified as an amber fragrance. It's unisex, but I quickly found after about, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes that it does lean more masculine. And man, this is some delightful stuff. It does kind of remind you of a few others. One I recently picked up, it was Oud Touch by Frank Olivier. That one is similar to this, except this one does not have the note of raspberry. So a little bit different. In fact, this one has a kick more masculinity than that one does. Both are great, but I got to tell you, man, this stuff right here, it's not a complex note breakdown or anything like that. In fact, it's only got one note in the top. It's saffron, and then in the mid you get oud and rose, and it looks like Turkish rose. And then in the base you have agarwood, praline, and vanilla. And agarwood and oud are basically the type of oud that it is, and you have it in the mid and the base. So on impact, right when you apply this fragrance, as soon as you spray it, you do get a waft of this saffron and rose. And you could pick up, the oud as well, even the praline and vanilla. You right in the top, you just get it all. It just hits you like a ton of bricks. Great atomizer around here, by the way. It's pressure sensitive, so I like that. Like I said, when you first apply this, it seems like it's going to go way off into the feminine type of perfume smell, okay? But and that's why I've pretty much made a decision that I'm not going to do any more first impressions, because they're just not a genuine. A first impression is not always going to be a genuine take on the fragrance, because I got to be honest with you. After, like I said, I completed the video, I made the video, and I was ready to upload it and do some touch-ups on it and stuff like that. This thing, it just completely did a 180. And I thought that since it's fall of the year, one of the neighbors was burning leaves or burning wood, or someone had their fireplace going. And it just really started kicking up, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that me? And yeah, this stuff dries down to this type of oud right here. I'm going to post it here. The smoky incense oud that just fills up a room, and wow, all I can say is wow. The type of almost the type of smoky vibe that you get from John Varvatos, Dark Rebel, and a few others that have a real deep incensey smoke. Now, incense is not one of the notes in this fragrance. Neither is caramel, but you're going to pick that up too. And neither is amber, which is classified as an amber fragrance. So they're not revealing. I think they, I'm not sure why some of these fragrances do this, but I think they just kind of announce the major players, and the rest of them are kind of bench warmers. And nevertheless, like I said, this is a very masculine fragrance. Even though it's unisex, it just doesn't happen for close to 10 minutes. But when it does, it completely does a 180, and it will blow your mind, because it did me. If you're not a fragrance lover and you're not jiving with what I'm saying, well, then if I can't get through to you on that, then I just can't. But if you do understand where I'm coming from, if you do like fragrances, and you just like the art of fragrance, I'm telling you, this one right here is a great pickup, especially for the money. You're getting a high quality fragrance, and I don't care if you buy it or not. I'm not making any money whether or not you buy it. That's not my point here. My point is, if you're coming to my channel, watching my reviews, and if you just want some advice, if you are looking at buying this fragrance, I think you should. And like I said, when you buy a fragrance like this, if you're not used to Middle Eastern type of fragrances or oud in general, if you're wanting to get into it, this will be a good place to start, because it's not an aggressive oud, it's not a stinky oud. This is very well done. This is very well done. My wife likes it, and I think I'm dragging her into evolving with me, because sometimes it's a hit or miss with her. But once in a while, a fragrance like this will get her attention, and man, this is some really, really pleasant stuff. Coworker, right when I got in the van yesterday, he noticed it. He's like, wow, yeah, smells good. But the thing I can tell you about this fragrance is it does lean more masculine, even though it's unisex. And I can also tell you this, after about 30, 45 minutes, the rose kind of is just an added note, but not one of the players anymore. It kind of goes to the bench. And what you really get in the end is a vanillic, smoky, incensey oud. Man, even the sweetness kind of dies down a little bit, but the oud in this fragrance just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's a good 10 hours solid projection, longevity. I'm telling you, as far as that goes, I don't think it ever died off to where it didn't have a sillage or a scent bubble. It just kept on going. And like I said, again, I think it's better that my future reviews are not first impressions. I like to do first impressions. Blue fragrances are easy, but they're not always a genuine perspective. If you're not spending time with the fragrance, and you're not, if you don't, you have to develop an understanding with it, and in order to do that, you have to wear it. So some fragrances, maybe half the video should be the first impression, and then pause it, and then come back an hour later and finish it, something like that. But this one right here is a banger. It's an absolute banger. In fact, I like Frank Olivier's Oud Touch just as much, but the hint of raspberry drags that one into more of a it drags it more into the feminine side of things. Whereas this one, without the raspberry, they both have rose, but this one, I'm telling you, wow. And it just, like I said, you just got to give it time. You got to give it time for it to just settle. I think the combination of the saffron and the rose is kind of really floral at first, giving it a feminine vibe. And this is my perspective as a man, okay? I'm not trying to offend anybody. And whether or not you like feminine or masculine scents, well, you have to decide for yourself what you like. I'm just trying to give you my perspective as a heterosexual man. This is what I like when a fragrance has some masculinity, has some balls, if you will. I'm sorry. Like I said, not trying to offend anybody, but I want my fragrance to have some masculinity, and it doesn't always have to. Sometimes I don't care if it's right in the middle, but when it goes a little too feminine, I just can't do it. That's me though, as an individual. So if you want my perspective, my opinion, this is what I like. I just have to steer clear of something that smells a little bit too feminine. It's a turn off for me as a guy. I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna wear it. Now, again, this one, when I first applied it, I totally was going. I was gonna trash this stuff. I was gonna tell you, oh, don't buy it. It's way too feminine. It's not a guy's fragrance. And like I said, then it hit me as I was getting ready to upload that video. Well, I was still editing it and working on it, and I totally trashed it. Anyway, the accords of the fragrance. We'll go ahead and finish this up real quick. It's sweet oud vanilla, rose warm spicy lactonic, which is just the creaminess, and then nutty, metallic, powdery, and leather. The metallic I agree with. I was going to say it earlier. The rose is kind of a clean, soapy, metallic rose. So as far as powdery, there is no lavender noted. But it is present. It is present. Warm, spicy, sweet, absolutely, with that praline. Leather. Yes. Yeah, in the dry down, you do get a leathery type of vibe to this one, too. So it darkens. This one goes dark. This is... This fragrance starts out very bright, very fragrant. Of course, it's fragrance. But what I mean is floral, okay? Starts out very bright, very floral, and almost light and airy, okay? And then all of a sudden it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And those lighter, fluffier types of notes just kind of dissipate. And you get left with one of the most pleasant, dark, incensey woods that you can imagine. I've longed for a fragrance like this. It's like what I've subconsciously been looking for. And not only did I fail to see it in the beginning, it kind of snuck up on me. This thing right here, wow. It's really, really good. It's got an eternal, it's rated as eternal as far as longevity. It's also rated as enormous with sillage, okay? And most people say it is extremely, or most people say that it is unisex. I'm going to tell you, it starts out unisex and then it kind of falls toward the masculine side. Now, a great value, absolutely. It's in the wheelhouse of Oud Mood. There's another one called Oud Bouquet, I think. I may have messed that up. Obviously, Oud Touch, Oud Vanille by Frank Olivier. Yeah, there's quite a few that it does remind you of. And that one that I think I messed up is, yeah, Oud Bouquet by Lancôme. Now, it gets kind of mixed reviews. Just like me, like I said, if you're going to get this and test it, give it some time. Like I said, it definitely goes more masculine. It just takes 10, 15 minutes. And oh, yeah. Yeah. This first review that I just kind of scrolled across here, it's almost exactly where I was going to go with it. And then, like I said, it goes through this airy, fluffy, floral stage, and then it even has this mid where it's kind of in between, and then the dry down. And the dry down usually, it depends on your skin chemistry, probably depends on the temperature outside. But when this one hits, it's a banger. I'm telling you, it just, and it sticks with you forever. Like, it just, it won't go away. And it just smells so good. You'll be literally, I was working last night and huffing myself. Like, I just couldn't stop wanting to smell this scent. And it's just, I'm telling you guys, take my word for it on this one. Is it blind buy safe? Yeah, like I said, if you listen to everything I told you, it's blind buy safe, especially for the price. And I know every guy will like it. It just takes some time. You may not like the opening because I don't hate the opening. I don't hate the opening, okay? I absolutely do not. And obviously, this is a cooler weather scent, perfect for this time of year. No, I don't hate the opening at all, but I love the dry down, man. And as far as that goes, this is just one of those evolving fragrances. It takes some time. It takes some time. You got to give it some time on this one. And I know, that may sound like a negative, but I don't think it should be. I really don't think it should be. Now, in the cooler weather, this, I don't know if I'm anosmic to it, but like right now, yeah, I can still smell it. Like I said, that woody, nutty vibe it has. But it's an up close and personal scent. Now, in some warmer weather, it would probably do better. And I would probably not go too heavy with the sprays. I'd keep it around 5 or less, maybe 3 to 5 sprays, depending on the temperature and the event or the environment you're going to enter into wearing it. Just be careful. Anyway, real quick, here's the other two that come with this set. Shaghaf, Aswad, however you say that. And then this one, it doesn't say man on it, but it's just Shaghaf man. Now, I will review these, but I'm going to tell you now, this one here, the green one, it's a little bit of a similar fragrance to Green Irish Tweed. I did pick that up. I did spray it on my hand. This one here, I like this one a lot. I like this a lot. I'm going to review it, and I'll tell you more about that one. This one right here is definitely worth your attention as well. This one's just, and this one are so different. Like, even though they're, whatever. We'll get into that. I'm telling you, this is what it's all about right here. Pick this one up. Trust me on this. And give it some time before you trash it. Trust me. This is one of those rare fragrances that I promise you, in the dry down, it's a completely different fragrance. There is no similarity from the beginning to the dry down. I just don't get it. Like, it's completely a different fragrance in the dry down than it is in the top. And then even into the mid, it starts transforming. But in the dry down, this becomes something so seductive, so intoxicating. You can't stop smelling yourself, and other people are going to like it too. But like I said, it's just, it does not stay like it opens. It closes into a dry down that lasts eternally. And wow. And it's not, that dry down, it's not an annoying, overpowering scent that is a turnoff. It is a seductive, long-lasting dry down. And it doesn't go away. It doesn't get lighter. This thing will stick with you until you take a shower and scrub it off. And it is absolutely delightful. Thanks for checking it out.